Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Magmirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudapata Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunatanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Shunyavadi Pashadya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना हृद्यन्दस्तो यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सतां नष्टाप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भागवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the person of Godhead Narayana, unto Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Shri Krishna, the person of Godhead, who is the Paramatma super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in the classes of Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the person of God who is praised with the transcendental songs is established as an irrevocable fact. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai.
Good.
Okay, so today we are gonna continue text Canto 1, chapter 7, text number 9. Ribol. Who will be first reader?
Can I start, bro?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, bro.
Ribol.
Saunaka uvacha sabhai niviti niratah sarvotro pekshako munihi kasyava brahitim itam atmara maha samabhasyat. Saunaka uvacha, Sri Saunaka said, Saha, he, by, of course, nivritti, on the path of self-realization, Nira Taha, always engaged, Sarvatra, in every respect, Upekshakhaha, indifferent, Muni says, Kassa, for what reason, Va, or Brahitim, vast, Etam, this, Atma Ramaha, one who is pleased in himself, Samma Vyasat, undergoes the studies. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Saunaka asked Sutta Goswami, Sri Sukdeva Goswami was already on the path of self-realization, and thus he was pleased with his own self. So why did he take the trouble to undergo the study of such a vast literature? Purport. For the people in general, the highest perfection of life is to cease from material activities and be fixed on the path of self-realization. Those who take pleasure in sense enjoyment, or those who are fixed in material bodily welfare work, are called karmis. Out of thousands and millions of such karmis, one become an Atma Rama by self-realization. Atma means self and Rama means to take pleasure. Everyone is searching after the highest pleasure, but the standard of pleasure of one may be different from the standard of another. Therefore, the standard of pleasure uh, enjoyed by the karmis is different from that of the Atmaramas. The Atmaramas are completely indifferent to material enjoyment in every respect. Srila Sukdev Goswami had already attained that stage, and still he was attracted to undergo the trouble of studying the great Bhagavatam literature. This means that Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is postgraduate study even for the Atmaramas, who have surpassed all the studies of the Vedic knowledge. Text number 10. Suto uvacha Atmaramascha munayo nirgrantha api urukrame kurvanti ahetukim bhaktim ittiham bhuto guno hari. Sutta Uvacha. Sutta Goswami said, Atma Ramaha, those who take pleasure in Atma, generally spirit self. Cha also, Munaya sages, Nirgrantihi, freed from all bondage, Api, in spite of, Urukrame, unto the great adventurer, Kurubanti, do, Ahetukim, unalloyed, Bhaktim, devotional service, Ittaham Bhuta, such wonderful, Gunaha, qualities, Hari, of the Lord. Translation. All different varieties of Atma Ramas, those who take pleasure in Atma or spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated soul. Purport. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this Atmarama Sloka very vividly before his chief devotee Sri Sanatana Goswami. He points out 11 factors in this sloka, namely Atmarama, Munaya, Nirgrantha, Api, Cha, Urukrama, Kurvanti, Ahetukim, Bhaktim, Ittiham Bhuta Gunaha, and Hari. According to the Vishwa Prakasa Sanskrit dictionary, there are 7 synonyms for the word Atmarama, which are as follows: Brahman, the absolute truth, body, mind, endeavor, endurance, intelligence, and personal habits. The word Munaya refers to those who are thoughtful, those who are grave or silent, ascetics, the persistent, mendicants, sages, and saints. The word Nirgrantha conveys these ideas. One who is liberated from nescience, one who has no connection with scriptural injunction, that is, who is freed from the obligation of the rules and regulation mentioned in the revealed scripture like ethics, Vedas, philosophy, psychology, metaphysics, etc. In other words, the fools, illiterate, proscribed, urchins, etc., who have no connection with regulative principle. A capitalist and also one who is penniless. Yes, bro, scroll down. According to the Sabdakosha dictionary, the affix ni is used in the sense of certainty, counting, building, forbiddenness, and the word grantha is used in the sense of wealth, thesis, vocabulary, etc. The word urukrama means the one whose activities are glorious. Krama means steps. This word urukrama specifically indicates the Lord's incarnation as Vamana, who covered the whole universe by immeasurable steps. Lord Vishnu is powerful, and his activities are so glorious that he has created the spiritual world by his internal potency and the material world by his external potency. By his all-pervading feature, he is everywhere present as a supreme truth, and in his personal feature, he is always present in his transcendental abode of Golok Vrindavan, where he displays his transcendental pastimes in all variegatedness. His activities cannot be compared with anyone else's, and therefore the word Urukrama is just applicable to him only. According to Sanskrit verbal arrangement, Kuruvanti means to do things for someone else. Therefore, it means that the Atmara must render devotional service unto the Lord, not for personal interest, but for the pleasure of the Lord. Urukrama. Hetu means causal. There are many causes for one's sense satisfaction, and they can be chiefly classified as material enjoyment, mystic powers, and liberation, which is generally desired by progressive persons. As far as material enjoyments are concerned, they are innumerable, and the materialists are eager to increase them more and more because they are under the illusory energy. There, there is no end to the list of the material enjoyments, nor can anyone in the material universe have all of them. As far as the mystic powers are concerned, they are 8 in all, such as to become the uh, such as become the minutest in form, to become weightless, to have anything one desires, to lord it over the material nature, to control other living beings, to throw earthly globes in outer space, etc. These mystic powers are mentioned in the Bhagavatam 11.15. The forms of liberation are 5 in number. Therefore, unalloyed devotion means service to the Lord without desire for the above mentioned personal benefits. And the powerful personality of Godhead Sri Krishna can be fully satisfied by such unalloyed devotees, free from all sorts of desire for personal benefit. Unalloyed devotional service of the Lord progresses in different stages. Practice of devotional service in the material world is of 81 different qualities. And above such activities, there is the transcendental practice of devotional service, which is one and is called sadhana bhakti, where unalloyed practice of sadhana bhakti is matured into transcendental love for the Lord. The transcendental loving service of the Lord begins gradually, developing into 9 progressive stages of a loving service under the headings of attachment, love, affection, feeling, affinity, adherence, following, ecstasy, and intense feeling of separation. The attachment of an inactive devotee develops up to the stage of transcendental love of God. Attachment of an active servitor develops up to the stage of adherence. What is true adherence means? Can you see, Ru? I think, Prabhu, these English translation are not actually okay, Prabhu. This the quality or process of sticking fast to an object, I don't know. Attachment of an active servitor develops up to the stage of adherence, and that for a friendly devotee develops up to the stage of following, and the same is also the case for the paternal devotees. Devotees in conjugal love develop ecstasy up to the stage of intense feelings of separation. These are some of the features of unalloyed devotional service of the Lord. According to Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya, the import of the word Ittiham Bhuta is complete bliss. Transcendental bliss is the realization of impersonal Brahman, becomes comparable with the scanty water contained in the pit made by a cow's hoof. It is nothing. Yes, Prabhu, this is very high level. It is nothing compared to the ocean of bliss of the vision of the personality of Godhead. The personal form of Lord Sri Krishna is so attractive that it comprehends all attraction, all bliss, and all taste, rasas. These attractions are so strong that no one wants to exchange material enjoyment, mystic powers, and liberation for them. There is no need of logical arguments in support of this statement, but out of one's own nature, one becomes attracted by the qualities of the Lord Sri Krishna. We must know for certain that the qualities of the Lord have nothing to do with mundane qualities. All of them are full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. There are innumerable qualities of the Lord, and one is attracted by one quality while another is attracted by another. Great sages such as the four bachelor devotees Sanak, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar are attracted by the fragrance of flowers and tulsi leaves anointed with the pulp of a sandalwood offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, Sukdev Goswami was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Sukdev Goswami was already situated in the liberated states, yet he was attracted by the pastimes of the Lord. This proves that the quality of his pastimes has nothing to do with the material affinity. Similarly, the young cowherd damsels were attracted by the bodily feature of the Lord, and Rukmini was attracted by hearing about the glories of the Lord. Lord Krishna attracts even the mind of the goddess of fortune. He attracts in special cases the minds of all young girls. He attracts the minds of the elderly ladies by paternal affection. He attracts the minds of the male in the humors of servitude and friendship. The word Hari conveys various meaning, but the chief meaning of the word is that he, the Lord, vanquishes everything inauspicious and takes away the mind of the devotee by awarding pure transcendental love. By remembering the Lord in acute distress, one can be free from all varieties of miseries and anxieties. Gradually, the Lord vanquishes all obstacles on the path of devotional service of a pure devotee. And the result of 9 devotional activities such as hearing, chanting, etc. becomes manifested. By his personal feature and transcendental attributes, the Lord attracts all psychological activities of a pure devotee. Such is the attractive power of Lord Krishna. The attraction is so powerful that a pure devotee never hankers for any one of the 4 principles of religion. These are the attractive features of the transcendental attributes of the Lord, and adding to this the word api and cha, one can increase the imports unlimitedly. According to Sanskrit grammar, there are 7 synonyms for the words api. So by interpreting each and every word of this sloka, one can see unlimited number of transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna that attract the mind of a pure devotee. हरेर गुण पिता मतिर भगवान बादरा नहीं अध्यागयन महत आख्यानम नित्यम विष्णु जन प्रिय हरे हे Hari, the personality of Godhead, guna, transcendental attribute, aksipta, being absorbed in, matihi, mind, Bhagavan, powerful, Badarayini, son of Vyasdev, Adhyagat, underwent studies, Mahad, great, Akhyanam, narration, Nityam, regularly, Vishnu Jana, devotees of the Lord, Priya, beloved. Translation. Srila Sukdev Goswami, son of Srila Vyasdev, was not only transcendentally powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus, he underwent the studies of this great narration, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Purport according to Brahma Vaivarta Puran, Srila Sukdev Goswami was a liberated soul, even within the womb of his mother. Srila Vyasdev knew that the child after his birth would not stay at home. Therefore, Vyasdev impressed upon him the synopsis of the Bhagavatam so that the child could be made attached to the transcendental activities of the Lord. After his birth, the child was still more educated in the subject of the Bhagavatam by recitation of the actual poems. The idea is that generally the liberated souls are attached to the feature of impersonal Brahman with a monistic view of becoming one with the Supreme Whole. But by the association of pure devotees like Vyasdev, even the liberated soul became attracted to the transcendental qualities of the Lord. By the mercy of Sri Narada, Srila Vyasdev was able to narrate the great epic of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And by the mercy of Vyasdev, Srila Sukdev Goswami was able to grasp the import. The transcendental qualities of the Lord are so attractive that Srila Sukdev Goswami became detached from being completely absorbed in impersonal Brahman and positively took up the personal activity of the Lord. Practically, he was thrown from the impersonal conception of the Absolute, thinking within himself that he had simply wasted so much time in devoting himself to the impersonal feature of the Supreme. Or in other words, he realized more transcendental bliss with a personal feature than impersonal. And from that time, not only he himself became very dear to the Vishnujan or devotees of the Lord, but also the Vishnujana became very dear to him. The devotees of the Lord who do not wish to kill the individuality of the living entities and who desire to become personal servitors of the Lord do not very much like the impersonalist, and similarly, the impersonalist who desire to become one with the Supreme are unable to evaluate the devotees of the Lord. Thus, from time immemorial, these two transcendental pilgrims have sometimes been competitors. In other words, each of them likes to keep separate from the other because of the ultimate personal and impersonal realizations. Therefore, it appears that Srila Sukdev Goswami also had no liking for the devotees. But since he himself became a saturated devotee, uh, he desired always the transcendental association of the Vishnu Jana. And the Vishnu Jana also liked his association since he became a personal Bhagavat. Thus, both the son and the father are completely cognizant of the transcendental knowledge in Brahman. And afterwards, both of them became absorbed in the personal feature of the Supreme Lord. The question as to how Sukdev Goswami was attracted by the narration of the Bhagavatam is thus completely answered by this sloka.
Prabhu, can I also read? Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please
Yeah,
accept number.
Dandavat Pranam, Devang Prabhu. You can read, Prabhu. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much, Saurabh Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Jai Srila Prabhu.
Where are we, Prabhu? Translation or? Oh. Parakshito tat rajasya, is it shir? Janma karma vilapanam. Samstaham cha pandu putranam. Vakshe Krishna kathodayam. Parikshitaha of King Parikshit, Ata thus Rajashya of the king, who was the rishi among the kings, Janma birth, Karma activities, Vilapanam deliverance, Samstaham renunciation of the world, Cha and Pandu Putranam of the sons of Pandu, Vakshe I shall speak, Krishna Kata Udayam, that which gives rise to the transcendental narration of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhu, can you please zoom in a little bit? Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sutta Goswami thus addressed the rishis headed by Shaunaka. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord Shri Krishna and topics of the birth, activities, and deliverance of King Parikshit, the sage amongst kings, as well as topics of the renunciation of the worldly order by the sons of Pandu. Purport. Lord Krishna is so kind to the fallen souls that he personally incarnates himself amongst the different kinds of living entities and takes part with them in daily activities. Any historical fact, old or new, which has a connection with the activities of the Lord is to be understood as a transcendental narration of the Lord. Without Krishna, all the supplementary literatures like the Puranas and Mahabharata are simply stories of historical facts. But with Krishna, they become transcendental. And when we hear of them, we at once become transcendentally related with the Lord. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is also a Purana, but the special significance of this Purana is that the activities of the Lord are central and not just supplementary. Historical facts. Oh, supplementary historical facts. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is thus recommended by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the spotless Purana. There is a class of less intelligent devotees of the Bhagavad Purana who desire to relish at once the activities of the Lord narrated in the 10th canto without first understanding the primary cantos. They are under the false impression that the other cantos are not concerned with Krishna and thus more foolishly than intelligently take to the reading of the 10th canto. These readers are specifically told herein that the other cantos of the Bhagavatam are as important as the 10th canto. No one should try to go into the matters of the 10th canto without having thoroughly understood the purport of the other 9 cantos. Krishna and his pure devotees like the Pandavas are on the same plane. Krishna is not without his devotees of all the rasas, and the pure devotees like the Pandavas or other are not without Krishna. The devotees and the Lord are interlinked and they cannot be separated. Therefore, talks about them are all Krishna Katha or topics of the Lord. Oh, this one might be long. Okay, yada mrede ka urava shrinjayanam vireshu ato vira gatim gateshu vrikodara vidaha gada bimarasya baganuru dante dhritarashtra putre Bartuhu Priyam Daurnir Itisma Pasyan Krishna Sutanam Swapatam Shiramsi Upaharad Vipriyam Evatasya Jugupishtam. How do you pronounce that? Karma Vigarayanti. How do you pronounce that? That one, Prabhu. Jugupsitam. Oh, that's why my
it's like yogurt, but with you.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
It's like
Yukub. Okay,
Haribo.
karma.
Nice, Haribo.
Sorry, Prabhu.
I just said Haribo.
Oh, like Vivek Prabhu. Haribo.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yada Mride in the battlefield. Ka Urava. Is it the Kovaras, the party of Dhritarashtra? Shrinjayanam of the party of the Pandavas. Vireshu of the warriors. Ato Thas. Viragatim, destination deserved by the warriors. Gateshu, being obtained. Vikrodara, Bhima, the second Dava, Avidaha, beaten, Gada, by the club, Abhimar, Abhimarasha, lamenting, is it Bagna, Bagna, broken, Uru Danda, spinal cord, Dhritarashtra, Putre, the son of King Dhritarashtra, Barutuhu of the mother Priyam, pleasing Draunihi, the sons of Dronacharya, Iti, thus Sma shall be Pashyan, seeing Krishna Drupadi, Sutanam of the sons Svapatam, while sleeping, Shiramsi heard Upaharat delivered as a prize, Vipriyam, pleasing Eva like Tasya he Jugupshitam, most his karma act Vigara Yanti is approving. Translation. When the respective warriors of the both camps, namely the Kauravas and the Pandavas, were killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the dead warriors obtained their deserved destinations. And when the sons of Dhritarashtra fell down lamenting, his spine broke, being beaten by the club of Bhimasena, the sons of Dronacharya, Ashwatthama. Dhritarashtra fell down lamenting, his spine broke. Whose spine broke? Is it Dhritarashtra, Prabhu? His spine broke, being beaten by the club of Bhimasena, the sons of Dronacharya, Ashwatthama. Beheaded the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi and delivered them as a prize to his master, foolishly thinking that he would be pleased. Duryodhana, however, disapproved of the heinous act, and he was not pleased in the least. It's actually riddles here. Eh?
Yes,
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana. I could not hear that. Is it purport? Transcendental topics on the activities of Lord Sri Krishna in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam begin from the end of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where the Lord himself spoke about himself in the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, both the Bhagavad Gita and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam are transcendental topics of Lord Krishna. The Gita is Krishna Katha, or topics of Krishna, because it is spoken by the Lord, and the Bhagavatam is also Krishna Katha because it is spoken about the Lord. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone to be informed of both Krishna Kathas by his order. Lord Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna himself in the garb of a devotee of Krishna, and therefore the versions of both Lord Krishna and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are identical. Lord Chaitanya desired that all who are born in India seriously understand. Can go down, Prabhu. Understand such Krishna Kathas, and then after full realization, preach the transcendental message to everyone in all parts of the world that will bring about the desired peace and prosperity of the stricken world. Prabhu, did Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fight actually? Like, like every time Lord Krishna comes, there's some battle he fights. Or was this fighting about chanting?
I think he once took the form of Lord Narasimha. I don't remember. I heard somewhere.
Who? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Yes, who?
Like in the times of like now. Did he change his...
Like I think like when some Like I think some Islamic people, they were trying to like disrupt Sankirtan, then he took like that. Don't remember. I think I saw it somewhere.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. I was not actually aware. Mata Shishunam Nidanam Sutanam Nishamya Gohoram Paritapayamanam Tata Rudad Vaspa Kalaku Laksi Tam Swantwa Yan Aha Kritamali. Mata, the mother, Shishunam of the children, Nidahanam, massacre, Sultanam of the sons, Nishamya. After hearing Goram, ghastly, Paritapya, Mana, lamenting, Tata at that time, Arudat, began to cry, Vashpa Kala Akula, Akshi. Oh, it's one word, actually. With tears in the eyes, Tam her Santwayam, pacifying, Aha, said, Krita Mali, Arjuna. Yeah, I remember the word Krit is another name for Arjuna. Kriti, is it Kriti or Krit?
I remember this too. Here this side.
Yes, but then I think they used to call him like Krit. They don't say Kritamali. They used to just call him like Krit, something like that. They shortened it. Maybe Krit meant another
No,
thing, and
Prabhu,
then
it is Kirita Mali here.
yes, Prabhu.
Kirita means crown.
Okay. Translation. Drupadi, the mother of the 5 children of the Pandavas, after hearing of the massacre of her sons, began to cry in distress with eyes full of tears, trying to pacify her in her great loss. Arjuna spoke to her thus. No purport. Tada suchaste pram rajami badre yad brahma bandho Shira Atatayi Naha Gandiva Muktai Vishikahir Upahare Twa Kramya Yat Snasyasi Daha Putra. Tad at the time only Suchaha tears in grief. Te your Pram Pramrajami shall wipe out Badre, O gentle lady, yet when Brahma Bandoho degraded, is it degraded? Yeah. Brahmana Shira He Adatyaino Adatayinaha of the aggressor Gandiva Muktahir, shot by the bow named Gandiva, Vishikahi, by the arrows Upahare shall present to you, Twa yourself Agramya, riding on it, Yat which Snasya see, take your bath, Daha Putra after burning the sons. Translation, O gentle lady, when I present you with the head of that Brahmana, after beheading him with arrows from my Gandiva bow, I shall then wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Then, after burning your sons' bodies, you can take your bath standing on his head. I know that Drupadi. But then she was actually merciful on Ashvatthama Prabhu. Purport. An enemy who sets fire to the house, administers poison, attacks all of a sudden with deadly weapons, plunders wealth, or is it usurp? How do you pronounce that, Prabhu? Usurps agricultural fields or entices one's wife is called an aggressor. Such an aggressor, though he be a Brahmana or a so-called son of a Brahmana, has to be punished is in all circumstances. When Arjuna promised to behead the aggressor named Ashwatthama, he knew well that Ashwatthama was the son of a Brahmana, but because the so-called Brahmana acted like a butcher, he was taken as such, and there was no question of sin in killing such a Brahmana's son who proved to be a villain. Same, Prabhu.
Haribol. You want to
Haribol. Sorry, Prabhu.
You want to continue?
Yes, I can read the last one. What's the time? When did you start the reading session, Prabhu?
40 minutes ago.
40 minutes, or still some time. Like, does anybody wants to read? Like, I'm not sure, I'm not aware.
I can read one verse.
Okay, Prabhu.
Balgu vichitra jalpai sa santva jitvachyuta mitra shuta anvadravattam sita ukradanva kapidvajo guruputram ratena. Itidas priyam unto the deer, Balgu sweet, Vichitra variegated, Jalpai by statement, Sahahi, Santvajitva satisfying, Achyutamitra Suta, Arjuna who is guided by the infallible Lord as a friend and driver. Anvadravat followed, Damsita being protected by Kavacha, Ugradanva equipped with furious weapons, Kapidvaja, Arjuna, Guruputram, the son of the martial teacher, Ratena, getting on the chariot. Translation. Arjuna, who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend. Arjuna, who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver, thus satisfied the dear lady by such statements. Then he dressed in armor and armed himself with furious weapons, and getting into his chariot, he set out to follow Asvatam, the son of his martial teacher. Okay, who wants to read next one? Hare Krishna Nil Prabhu Tandar Pranam, Hare Krishna Pranjal Prabhu Tandar Pranam, Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Swami Prabhu. Have you watched the movie?
Not yet, Prabhu. I didn't have yet time, but thank you for sharing it. I'll try to watch it soon. You want to read one verse, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu. Actually, my
Okay, Prabhu, that's okay. So, Neil Prabhu.
What sense, Prabhu?
What, Prabhu?
If you can, I was saying you must watch it, get a check at the last part.
Did you watch
Lord Narasimha Day.
Leblanc Prabhu, did you watch the movie?
Yes, Prabhu. I started yesterday, finished it to staff yesterday.
You're professional in movies.
Prabhu, can I read if no one wants to read?
Yes, Gaura Shakti Prabhu, please read.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Ramapatantam savilakshya dulat kumaraho vigyamana maladravat paripsuruyam yavadgamam Dutra bayad latarga him apatantam coming over furiously. Saha he vilakshya seeing Dulat from a distance. Kumaraha the murderer of the princes. Udvigyamanaha disturbed in mind. Ratena on the chariot. Paladlavat fled. plan, life, paripshu, for protecting Uruyam with great speed, Yavatgamam, as he fled, Rutra Bayat, by fear of Shiva, Yata, as Kaha Brahma, or Alkashurya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Right.
Ashvatthama, the murderer of the prince, seeing from a great distance Arjuna coming at him, with great speed fled in his chariot, panic-stricken, just to save his life, as Brahma fled in fear from Shiva. Purport. According to the reading matter, either Ka or Arka, there are two references in the Purana. Ka means Brahma, who once became a lord. Scroll down. Yes, thank you. By his daughter and began to follow her, which infuriated Shiva, who attacked Brahma with his trident. Brahmaji fled in fear of his life. As far as Arka is concerned, there is a reference in the Vamana Purana. There was a demon by the name of Vidunmali, who was gifted with a growing golden airplane, which traveled to the back of the sun, and night disappeared because of the growing effulgence of this plane. Thus the sun god became angry, and with his virulent rays he melted the plane. This enraged Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva then attacked the sun god, who fled away and at last fell down at Kashi, Varanasi, and the place became famous as Lolaka. Lord Shiva is a bad boy. He won't attack anyone.
Yes.
Thank you for. I can. This is finished, right? Now it's time to finish the reading, right?
You can read
Okay,
one
bro.
more.
What is the number of this verse? I forgot. I didn't see. Okay.
1718.
1718. Okay, thank you, bro.
Oh, yes, I remember this sloka. I think when Lord Shiva was angry.
Yada sharanam atmanam aikshata shantavachinam ashlam brahma shilomenem atmatranam vijatmajaham. Yada, when, asharanam, without being alternatively protected, atmanam, his own self, aikshata, so, shrantavachinam, the horses being tied, ashtam weapon, brahmashiraha, the topmost or ultimate nuclear, mene, applied, atmatlanam, just to save himself, Vija Atmajaha, the son of Brahmana. Translation. When the son of the Brahmana, Ashvatthama, saw that his horses were tired, he considered that there was no alternative for protection outside his using the ultimate weapon, the Brahmastra nuclear weapon. Purport. In the ultimate issue only, when there is no other alternative, the nuclear weapon called the Brahmastra is applied. The word Vijatmajaha is significant here because Ashvatthama, although the son of Dronacharya, was not exactly a qualified Brahmana. The most intelligent man is called a Brahmana, and it is not an hereditary title. Ashvatthama was also formerly called the Brahma Bandhu, or the friend of a Brahmana. Being a friend of a Brahmana does not mean that one is a Brahmana by qualification. A friend or son of a Brahmana, when fully qualified, can be called a Brahmana, and not otherwise. Since Ashvatthama's decision is immature, he is purposely called Arain, the son of Brahmana. Thank you, Prabhu, for the opportunity to read. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha.
Kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, now we'll go Shikshastakam prayers. Some crazy storm started during this reading. Again, it
In your
happened.
place.
Yeah, yesterday it happened also. Suddenly some clouds started to come, then huge wind, and then suddenly crazy this.
The ones we were into yesterday, Prabhu.
You see, it rained so much. Yeah, it happened yesterday at the same time. Now it's raining like crazy. And the trees were about to snap. They were like bending. It was crazy looking. Now the wind got a little bit calmer. But like 5 minutes ago, it was full crazy wind. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, here it can change in 1 second.
Okay, so this is a storm.
Yes, Prabhu.
So there is no strong wind.
There was, but it just ended when I started to
Okay.
hear it.
Yeah, okay. So the wind will be very strong, or
Yes, Prabhu, the trees were about to snap. It was crazy. I had to
oh,
close the windows and door.
okay. So it changed suddenly like this.
Yes, Prabhu.
This is crazy. You didn't have any information before, like nothing.
No, Prabhu. Suddenly there was a
Wow.
huge cloud coming, then it started.
And it will last long, or just for one day?
Now it will be like 1 week, I think.
Whoa, really? This is
Yes, Prabhu.
crazy, bro.
It started like this. I took a video when it rolled.
So after the hot weather, now it's the storm.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, now we get huge storms. I was just going to go to market, but now it's difficult.
Yeah, bro. This is a very sinful place, huh?
Yes, Prabhu. It's crazy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's crazy because Prabhupada said in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam that actually when there is so much disturbance, then actually even storm or cyclone, this is because a demon will take birth, you know?
Yes, Prabhu.
So I assume that in Finland, this is common thing now, that demon will take birth.
Yes, Prabhu.
So
That big demon came out.
what to do, you
Yes, Prabhu. Good we were reading Bhagavatam to counter it.
know? Yes.
It's just like Ashwatthama throwing the Brahmastra and we counter it with Bhagavatamastra.
Never heard of that, but yeah, why not? If
Yes,
it
Prabhu.
works.
Prabhu, Swami Prabhu, which season is running right now in Finland?
So now it's end of summer.
Okay. So that means it's the start of rainy season now.
Yes, Prabhu. Now the fall season is starting.
Mhm.
But is there really a season now?
Yes, Prabhu, here is 4 seasons that rotate, and yeah, the 4 seasons. But now sometimes they skip over 1 season because it's becoming too like warm, and the winter is becoming really warm instead. It used to be really cold, but now it's becoming warm.
Yeah, just like the uh, when you said that it was very hot, few days ago. You said
Yes,
it
Prabhu.
was very, very hot.
Now it's a
This is not common.
yes, Prabhu. It's now they made a record of like plus 30 days. It was 17 days plus 30 in a row. So that was new record.
Whoa, crazy.
Yes, Prabhu. It's really hot still in the house. It's plus 30 because the house has been in the sunlight for so many days. It acts like a big oven. It's like a big stone that sucks all the heat and everything from the sun. And when the sun goes away, even 1 week after, the house can be plus 30, and it's like you're inside an oven actually.
But that makes sense because when, for example, here in Rheinland, when there will be when it will be like very hot like this, then we can um we already know that we will face some cyclone. Mm.
Yes, Prabhu.
When it will be very, very hot, then after that there will be some storm or some cyclone.
Yes, Prabhu.
So it was like inevitable for like too much heat.
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is like this.
Okay, who wants to start the 6 Astakam? Maybe Lebohang Prabhu.
He already leave, bro.
Oh.
Chittudalpanam Marjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nilvapanam Shleya Kailava Chandrika Vitalanam Vidyavadum Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Punam Ritasvadanam Savatmasnapanam Palam Vijayatim Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नामकारि बहुधानि च सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पितानि अमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवं विदर्शमिह जानिनानुरागः.
Trinadapi sunichenam talolapi saishnunam amanina manadena kiltaniya sadaharim.
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितं वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि.
Ainandatanuja kalam pachitam amvishame bhavam buto klipaya tava padapankaja stitaduri sadrisham vichintayam.
नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदा हृदया गिरा पुलकर्निचितं वपुः कदा तव नाम गृहणे भविष्यति.
Yugahitam nimeshenam chakshusha pravishaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda vilahe name.
अश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विरता तुलम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to the living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, You have invested all your transcendental energies. They are not even hard and fast rule for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy name, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire a beautiful woman, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes will be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice chop up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling our separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
Haribo, Shri Siksastakam ki jai.
Jai Jai.
Bahujanma kare adi Shravana Kirtan Tabutana Paya Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of Godhead. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The 10 offenses against the holy name are as follows. First offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second offense to consider the names of demigod like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu.
Third offense to disobey the orders of the spiritual master or consider him as an ordinary person.
Fourth offense to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in portions of the Vedic version.
Fifth offense to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination.
Sixth offense to give some interpretation of the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord.
Eighth offense to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Veda as fructive activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense to instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
10th offense to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna, Prem.
Let
I
us
offer
offer
my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotee of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desire trees. And they are full of compassion for the fallen soul. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam bhavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Anta Kochi Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Shila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bo.